by proving that we too have the same aspirational liberties as any of our fellow citizens from any part of our country.
The coalition of the North Central Renaissance Movement, during a press conference, shared their frustration of having been politically excluded for 63 years by not being privileged to produce any person for the two highest offices in the nation, which is the office of the President and the office of the Vice President of Nigeria, despite the North Central region hosting the seat of power. The North Central, which consists of 7 states, which are Niger, Kogi, Benue, Plateau, Nasarawa, Kwara, and the FCT, and whose delegates were at the event, called for fair treatment and the privilege to produce the President or Vice President of Nigeria come 2023. Chairman of NCRM, Ngabu Ketso, speaking at the event, said the North Central, which is one of the most insecure geopolitical zones in the country, has always aligned with the larger North by rendering its political support to secure both offices at the...
Has nevertheless faithfully aligned with the hopes and aspirations of the larger North, including rendering political support to the North-West and the North-East in their several successful bids.
Ketso added that the North Central geopolitical zones have at some point in time during the military rule produced military rulers at the highest levels, but since then the region has never produced a civilian president or vice president.
1960 till date, except for the period of military intervention in Nigerian politics, the North Central region has not had the chance to produce an elected president of our dear nation, Nigeria. North Central is the only geopolitical zone which has never produced a civilian president or vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whether democratically elected or otherwise appointed.
The chairman further noted that since 1999, only the North Central and the Southeast geopolitical zones have not occupied the offices of the President and Vice President.
Nigerian President and Vice President since 1999 show that only the North Central and the Southeast geopolitical zones have not occupied the offices of President and Vice President in the 22 years of this Fourth Republic. The case of the North Central is, however, worse than that of the Southeast, in that the latter has the consolation of having produced Dr. Alex Ekweme from 1979 to 1983 via democratic elections, and again in 1983 when he won re-election for a second term in office as Vice President to Alhaji Shehu Shagari before their removal by the military.
He added that despite the region producing top leaders in different sectors for many years, the question which arises is why no one can emerge as a president or vice president from the region.
It seems as if our leaders have concluded that in spite of their many years in top leadership as governors, senators or ministers, they are by some unspoken code ineligible, unqualified or excluded from contesting to fly their party's flags as presidential candidates. From all appearances, they do not even see themselves emerging as vice presidential candidates. The question is why?
The coalition is demanding fairness, justice, and political inclusiveness in the forthcoming election.
NCRM has a simple demand to make in this regard. We implore our leaders to aim higher, as we are not second-class citizens in this country. Outline how the North Central's historical exclusion from the top 2 offices in the nation has stripped any claims to political marginalization by any other geopolitical zone. We insist that the demands of equity, fairness, justice, and political inclusiveness can begin to be met by the lead opposition party, the PDP, and the governing party, the APC, picking their 2023 presidential candidate from our zone.
He concluded by saying despite the North Central being reduced to the status of a minority, it believes that they are capable of serving the nation in the highest office.
We insist that the demands of equity, fairness, justice, and political inclusiveness can begin to be met by the lead opposition party, the PDP,